How to lay hardwood floors. Before you start, your subfloor has to be absolutely pristine. No dirt, no dust, no nails. You have to scour it with a broom, and then a vacuum cleaner, and then a smaller vacuum cleaner. Leave no stone or piece of dust unturned. Forget doing it by hand. Get a floor nailer. You'll need a compressor, a circular saw, some sawhorses. Get yourself a 5-piece brass coupler connector kit for your compressor. Flooring cleats, you'll need some. Gauge 16, length 2 inches. If you're gonna buy this stuff, this was $120 at discounted Harbor Freight. Or rent it. Or buy it and then resell it. This stuff is in high demand. You'll begin with underlayment, paper. Then you will carefully, with about a 1/4 inch or so of space or more between the wall and the floor, you will start with your first row and you will nail them by hand using standard nails, and then you will try to countersink them to make it look nice. Get this perfectly, because the rest of the floor will follow from this. You'll also need a 50 to 100 foot hose. You will set your compressor to about 90 psi using this dial. These fittings are basically quick spring-loaded and you will connect them. But to connect it to the hose, you'll need to attach these fittings and wrap it around with some Teflon tape to make it airtight. Obviously, the higher the pressure, the further the nails will go in. Make sure you read the instructions for your hardwood floors, as well as your nailer. The limit of my nailer is 90 psi. Once your nailer is loaded, you will space your nails about 6 inches apart for floor planks that are 4 inches wide.
Shit!
And you have to give it a good whack or else they will stick out. Inverse proportions here. The narrower your planks, the less often you have to put nails. Just look up a table. But the wider your planks, the more nails you will have to put in. For the starter row, you'll have to remove the lip here. To cut the lips, get yourself some horse stands and a jigsaw. Will make pretty quick work of them. The gaps, which allow for expansion, will eventually be covered up by trim pieces so you don't see them. Finally, use air tool oil and pour it in here every couple of hours to keep this thing well oiled and lubricated, or else it will break. Bing, bing, bong. When your tool runs out of cleats, it'll make a mark like this one with no staple. To reload, just press here. Take your cleats. These are 16 gauge 2-inch cleats. Put them in and close it shut. Alright, to use, prepare your board. Take the tool, take the corner piece here and put it directly on the edge. I'm kind of in a tight spot here. You normally just swing and at a decent angle, but you take your rubber mallet and hit this rubber stopper here. You space it about 6 inches or so for 4-inch planks, and that's all. Nailing on the beat. Nailing on the beat. Nailing on the beat.